With that down, Rob, let's get this thing going. What's up first?
Well, John, our first letter comes from viewer Richard. Hello, John. Robert Pattinson has just signed a first look deal to produce new content for Warner Brothers and HBO Max. Between this and how much other Batman projects Matt Reeves is already attached to, Warner Brothers must be very happy with how the Batman is turning out. What do you think? Well, I mean, I first of all have to say, John, that in Variety, it's reported that Warner Brothers, New Line Cinema, Warner Brothers Television, and HBO Max did announce that they have established an overall first look production deal with Robert Pattinson, which means that he can bring all kinds of different projects. I mean, it spans the entirety of the Warner Brothers family to develop, whether it's movies, TV, whatever. Warner Brothers Pictures and HBO have always been synonymous with groundbreaking filmmaking, Robert Pattinson said. I am thrilled to be working with them to discover the most exciting new voices in film and television and help bring their visions to life. I've loved working with the studio over the years and have so much respect for their dedication, their willingness to take chances, and their desire to push the envelope creatively. Now, you know, John, this to me, this is a huge vote of confidence because it's not like they just gave him, you know, an overall, a little, some kind of an umbrella first look deal. I mean, they're giving him a first look deal across all of their platforms. And as an actor, I mean, it doesn't even say like his company name. You know, even Leonardo DiCaprio has Appian Way. And in the case of this, it's Robert Pattinson himself. So for all of we've heard so many things about the production of the Batman and Robert Pattinson wasn't going to work out or whatever. It seems to me that those are probably false. And to give him this kind of a deal, they must be extremely happy, not only with his work in the Batman, but the potential that he's going to bring to the studio in the future. And I hear this and I'm thinking to myself, well, this more than anything else is a huge vote of confidence in Matt Reeves' Batman, which, I mean, I would say that we're going to get a Batman trilogy with this iteration of Batman. And I think Robert Pattinson definitely pleased a great many people at the studio. So it's damn exciting. What do you think, John? Is it exciting?
I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to go the opposite on you. I don't think this is exciting at all. And I really don't think it means anything. Let's break this down. Let's look at this for a second. So number one, this says nothing about Batman. This is them, because this has nothing to do with him as an actor. They're entering into a first look deal with him as a producer and as a creator, which he is, of course, not the creator or the producer of the new Matt Reeves Batman. So this is totally separate from Matt Reeves's Batman. This is, and basically what a first look deal, Robin, of course, you know this, but for our audience at home, like a first look deal simply means this. If you come up with a project, we get first crack at it. That's what it means. Now, I had a first look deal a few years ago. I signed a first look deal with a company that said, if I come up with any projects or shows that I want to do, I first will go to X company and say, look, this is my idea for a project or a show. Do you guys want to finance it? And they get the first right to say yes to it or to say no to it. And if they say no to it, then I'm free to go and shop my things to other places. That's what a first look deal is. So this is completely separate from the Batman. This has nothing to do with the Batman. It has nothing to do with Robert Pattinson as an actor. This has to do with him as a potential creative in the industry, that they think he's got a good eye for good stories. They think he's got a good eye for good talent. So they signed this first look deal with him. But Rob, here's the thing. It also is interesting because in signing a first look deal, essentially, Warner Brothers isn't committing any money, really. I mean, they have to give him some money to have the first look rights, but it doesn't mean they have to make any project he brings them. So Robert Pattinson theoretically could go to Warner Brothers with 15 different movie ideas and they can turn them all down. A first look deal does not obligate the studio to make any of your movies. All it does is says, if you've got an idea for a movie, we're the first people you have to come to it with. And then we can either take it and finance it, or we can decline it and then you can take it somewhere else. So yeah, listen, on the one hand, hooray for Robert Pattinson. getting a first look deal with Warner Brothers. That's not a small thing. That's so cool for him. But in the grand scheme of things, what does it really mean? It says nothing about Batman because this is separate from Batman. It doesn't mean Warner Brothers will actually make any of his movies, although they could make 10, but they could also make 0. All it means is that Pattinson's got to go to them with their ideas first. Now, if I got a first look deal at Warner Brothers, oh, damn, dude, you'd be popping bottles and partying all night. But it doesn't mean that Warner Brothers is actually going to make any of my movies. First look deals are not unique. First look deals are not, all that terribly hard to come by. So, hey, Pattinson signing a first look deal with Warner Brothers, absolutely good for him. Does it actually mean anything? Not until he brings Warner Brothers a movie that they actually want to make and then finance it and go ahead with it. I don't know, Rob. Like, what? Am I totally off base here, or what do you think?
No, because no, not at all. I mean, look, I'm always the eternal optimist, but to give you the flip side of that, they might have thrown him a bone because he was being exactly the opposite of this. They want to secure. I mean, look, I opt to believe like Fox Mulder, John. I want to believe in the best, but it also could be that they've been having such a difficult time with him that in order to curry favor with him and get his involvement and publicity and all that, that they decided to give him this as sort of a way of saying, come on, come to the Warner Brothers side of things. We need you to be a team player. We'll give you a first look deal. Maybe there's a little money that comes along with it, and it's a way to justify that because this Batman franchise is too important to mess up. So it could be that, but also what you said is very true. I just choose, I'm hoping that it's so good that they were like, we want to keep you around, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, but Pattinson isn't the producer of the Batman movie. It has nothing to do. Remember that some people are confusing. I've seen online, people think Warner Brothers just signed him to some acting contract. This is not an acting contract. This contract that isn't acting at all. It's just if he as a producer wants to bring the movies, they have first right to make it.
But the thing is, they didn't have to do this.
That's true.
That there is. I mean, this movie, usually you'd get a first look deal after something came out and did well. I mean, this could be, to me, it's either they're trying to appease him, and curry favor with him, or he genuinely has brought something so good that they want to be able to at least have a first refusal on any of his new projects, because maybe they've realized that Warner Brothers needs to start building relationships with talent, which is something they have been not doing over the last couple of years. So maybe this is a first step into doing so. But you're right.
I think what you just said is bang on the money. I think what you just said is absolutely true. I think this is absolutely a part of trying to repair some of their damaged reputation with talent to say, hey, I think that's an incredible observation you just made. I think that's totally accurate. Anyway, the question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Robert Pattinson, as a producer, has signed a first look deal with Warner Brothers. It's huge for him. It's great for him. Doesn't necessarily mean Warner Brothers is going to make any movies with him. Anyway, guys, how do you take this? Jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.